on the friends, my name is M238 and welcome back to an episode of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door for the Nintendo Gamecube. We're off of last time. We got through Chapter 7, we got the final Crystal Star, and we found out that Peach is no longer in the moon, unfortunately. Where could she be? Well, according to Professor Frankly, he informed us that Princess Peach is actually being taken by the X-Naut boss Grotus to the Thousand Year Door. How's that possible? Beats me. So we're supposed to go ahead and go to the Thousand Year Door, but I'm not gonna do that. Instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be doing what is the hardest part of the game. And so, to prepare for what is the hardest part of the game, and it is completely optional, which is, well, yeah, it is completely optional, well, let me go ahead and demonstrate this real quick. I equip a lot of badges here, some powerful badges that will hopefully pull me through throughout this. And not only that, but I also packed a bunch of items. So hopefully this will all pay off. I don't know, but I guess we won't know until we find out. So anyway, go ahead and fly your way over here using the paper airplane, and then here we are. We have walked past this area a few times before. 7 power bounces, 7 star. Okay, cool. Alright, let's see what this says. Danger! Do not enter. This pipe is the entrance to the pit of 100 trials. First attack and bub attack badges don't work, so beware. Alright. Well then, if you're ready, I highly recommend going here at this level. Well, at this point of the game, because at this point of the game you should be pretty high leveled now. But if you're ready, let's go ahead and go inside, because once you step inside, you can't go back. Alright, so first up we have a new enemy. Exclusive to the Pit of 100 Trials. These are Gloombas. We saw them in the first game. Gloombas have 7 HP with 3 attack power this time around. And of course, just like every other Goomba, they do have Head Monk only. So, yeah, not much to say about these Gloombas. So the Pit of 100 Trials, the way it works in this game, well, it works similarly like Super Paper Mario, where you fight enemies, and then, instead of finding a key, the enemy that has the key, if every floor has an enemy, you fight it, and then you progress on to the next floor. Now, that sounds easy, and it is, and this place is truly a testament as to how well can you fight in this game. So, how to go about this? So yeah, it sounds easy, but when you get deeper into the Pit of 100 Trials, when you go into later floors, the enemies start to, well, they start to give you much harder enemies to deal with. In addition to that, sometimes the game can be even more mean like that and give you really bad combinations of enemies. So you won't really know what you're going to be up against until you actually fight those enemies. So you just gotta be careful. You don't want to hold back at any point in the Pit of 100 Trials. Otherwise, then your chances of failure will increase very likely. So I highly recommend stocking up on a lot of healing items. Make sure you equip badges that are either defensive or offensive, depending on your preference. I would highly suggest defensive badges for the later floors when there are harder enemies to deal with. And also, make sure you have Sweet Tree and Sweet Feast at least, either one of those two, because those badges will help tremendously. And keep party members alive, because you don't want your party members to use live streams for you when at moments where you don't want it to happen. Every 10 floors that you go through, you'll get a rare treasure chest that contains a rare item, and sometimes there will be a guy that will sell you items. And those items can potentially help you as you go deeper into the Pit of 100 Trials. I would highly recommend finding that guy whenever you can, if you happen to run across him, just so you can have more ammunition as you go deeper into the Pit of 100 Trials. This place also features some of the strongest enemies that you'll never see anywhere else in the game. And I won't be going over them because most of them are pretty self-explanatory. Most of the new enemies here that you'll be encountering are very self-explanatory, and they're basically just the strongest variations of some of the other enemies that we've already encountered. There are also some enemies that we will be encountering in the next chapter as well, but I will be going over those enemies once on the next chapter when it's appropriate. So yeah. So to conclude everything that I said, show no mercy. Oh right, okay. No. All right. So sometimes, if you're lucky, you will encounter one of these punies here. And if you talk to these punies, they will basically warp you to different parts of the Pit of 100 Trials, making you go through this place a little bit faster. You can take advantage of that, but I mean, you'll be missing out on a lot of it. You'll be missing out on some bits of XP that could be useful. I mean, as of right now, it could be useful to take advantage of it now, because you're really only fighting, because in these first few floors you're fighting just regular enemies, like the weaker enemies. But it does eventually get progressively harder, so... yeah, so those are movers. And... so yeah, basically to conclude, pack some really good healing items, pack some really good badges that are either offensive or defensive, and show no mercy to any of these enemies. And be very careful. So, other than that, if you reach a 10th floor, you do have the option to go back. But I mean, if you're already inside, why would you want to go back? So, yeah. All right, and with that being said, I think I'm gonna be speeding up the rest of this. So, I guess I'll see you guys when we get to the 100th floor. So, music time.
litradong kumupas sa aking isipan ay bumabalot sa puso kong ito. Dahan-dahan nang umuulit ang bawat sakit at pagkabalik.